you should know that I'm going to teach you all how to overcome your addiction to female crack, otherwise known as peanut butter, which I know every one of you ladies has done before. So you make this short movie, you're in the kitchen, and you see yourself opening up the cabinet door, and then inside is the big jar of peanut butter. I told you the peanut butter was coming. And you see the jar of peanut butter, and then you start salivating, you start moving towards it. You just grab the jar, and then you take off the lid, and you smell it. Oh, it smells so good. And then you grab a tablespoon, and then you just dive on in and take a heaping tablespoon, and you eat it, and it's like, And then you'd go for another one because there's a little spurt of dopamine when you eat the peanut butter, and the females, they just love it. So you go in for a second when you eat it. And then you look over and you see the family room. You don't eat it?
I rarely eat it.
Okay, well, I'm talking about a lot of people who do have peanut butter problems.
I understand that.
Because you go on the internet, there's an epidemic of peanut butter addictions.
Really? No kidding.
Well, you guys are like the special group, I guess, the accelerated kids. Jesus, I'm talking to myself here. Well, ladies, keep playing with me. Keep playing with me. Come on, come on. So keep playing with me. So you see the peanut butter. You have the second bite. Then you look over, and you see the television. So then you take the peanut butter over. You go on the television. No, peanut butter. No, peanut butter and ice cream. Even worse. Fine. And you know what? Because you have attitude, I know you. You go grab the remote. Actually, not you. I know a lot of women. They grab the remote. They put on their PVR, Young and the Restless. So whether it's ice cream.
I don't watch that either.
You guys are the special group. You got to understand the lay people. So that way you'll be more empathetic. More empathetic. Guys, I love this story. I just want to keep going. You guys want to keep going? Come on.
Okay, we're in.
I learned it today. I was driving the car. It's like, oh, the peanut butter story. I got to make one. Because women are going to love it. So just pretend that you love it. Put a big smile. Okay. So, you keep going. You have the peanut butter, perhaps ice cream. What else do you guys do? Chocolate? Fine, let's say a big, what kind of chocolate bar? Chocolate chips. On your thing. You guys tell me your dynamite food. You guys all have a dynamite food. You have your dynamite food, you have the remote. You put on any soap opera it is. Maybe Dancing with the Stars. You see it. You have them both in your heads. Yes. Okay, now we're moving in the right direction. So you have your dynamite, you have the remote, and you're like, life is good. And then your brain's low in dopamine, so you see that, and it has this extra appeal. And you just go one bite after the next, and each one, with each bite, there's this another burst of dopamine, and your brain keeps going. You keep going deeper and deeper. Yeah, you keep doing it. And then, you're not even paying attention. And then you look, the jar's empty. And then, within 30 seconds or less, that feeling starts going, Why did I eat the peanut butter? Why do I always do that to myself? Coffee. I'm not worthy. And the reason why we engage in these behaviors is because our brain doesn't have dopamine. Dopamine is what fuels us to think. Dopamine is what gets kids and you to make a long movie where you play out the consequences of your actions. You see, the kid who goes for cocaine, goes for marijuana, they make this little short movie in their head where they take it, they get the little high, and then they end it there. Where your brain, ladies, if you have anything that's your dynamite, you got to make a longer movie. You have to raise dopamine in your brain. So that way you can see the full-out consequences of your actions. So that way, when you're looking at the ice cream or the peanut butter. Does anyone have a peanut butter addiction here that I can cure? You do?
I do.
Okay. So next time you look at the peanut butter, instead of seeing that little short movie that gets you going, you're going to see what that peanut butter is going to do to you. You're going to see it. Every nut, every particle in that peanut butter is just going to stick to your ass like glue.
Ass, I I don't mind, it's the stuff.
The thighs, the stomach. And you know what? With every bite, you can see that stomach bulging more and more and getting bigger and bigger, and you're just getting nauseous, and you're just getting big like this big fat squirrel. Have you seen those big squirrels in the winter? And you look at most people, what are most people like? They're like munch, 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 like a little squirrel, right?
Yep.
And then you think about it, most people, because their brains are low in dopamine, they're like indecisive. Oh, I'll do this. No, 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 I'll do that. No, I'll do this. No, I'll do this. And then boom, all of a sudden you're roadkill, like a squirrel. People are like a squirrel. And I'm a guy. I have ADD, squirrel. I'm not making this up, folks. Like, I mean, there's a logic to nature. You got to see things through. People, they're like squirrels. So next time you see your dynamite food, rather than being like a squirrel, you'd be like, no freaking way. And instead, what you see is this big, long, bright movie of you acting decisively, stepping into your power, saying yes, knowing that the jar of peanut butter doesn't have more willpower than you do. And you see this big, juicy movie of you in the body that you want, this sexy, strong, sculpted body, and you see the light shining on you. And then, whatever food it is, you see yourself with the control. Because it's not about denying yourself. It's not you can't do this, you can't do that. The thing is, when you're a fat-burning machine, you can eat any food you want, no problem. So the thing is to build in the control, okay? Where you see whatever it is, that jar of peanuts. And I wouldn't do the one in the jar anyways. You know they put all the ugliest beans in the jar, right? That's why it's made for peanut butter. Right? So if you're going to do it, you want to see yourself making this juiciest peanut butter with like wild jungle peanuts and just grinding it up until it's this smooth, creamy, delicious peanut butter where it's so satiating you just need 1 tablespoon or 2. And that's it. So the whole key is changing how your brain works. When you change the movies, the images, the modalities your brain makes. So things like anxiety attacks. I used to have anxiety attacks. I still get it a little bit because my brain would make a movie seeing me getting all stressed. And then it would make it worse, and it would make it worse, make it worse. And now I've just shrunk that sucker down. And I've built new patterns of functioning. Okay, so all your memories, all your bits of experiences, energy is not created nor destroyed. So they rest within you. It's just the key is building new dominant neurological patterns so that there's stimulus, now there's a new response. So you're building a new pathway for the machine of your brain and mind. Because from the machine of your brain and mind emerges consciousness. And your brain is simply an antenna. Receives energy, transmits it. It's all information.